I'd like to welcome back to Double O Direct business coach Diana Kolek. How are you today?
I'm good. Thank you so much, Olivia.
You know, like the ticking time. Last week we were just cut short. I got so many messages.
Wow.
People saying, Olivia, no. You cannot just start on getting us funding for our business and then you cut it off to go into Bomas Maneras. You know? So Diana, welcome back. Let's do a quick recap of what we discussed last week.
Yes, we did a lot. So there were two main points that maybe we can recap today. So the first one, we were talking about the building blocks to your business. And there were 3 building blocks. So we were looking at how a business is, you can easily compare it to a human being. So number 1, a business has the brain. And the brain basically is the strategy of the business. And let me just give you a short story. I started my business unconsciously 10 years ago because I have always had this urge to understand what makes a good business. How do you grow a business to become Standard Group or, Safaricom? How do you grow a business to that level? So unconsciously, I've been thinking about it. Then when I started it, the way Steve Jobs says, you have to connect the dots. So when I looked back, I realized I have done a lot of businesses before in different industries. And I realized my experience is what has brought me to where I am right now. So number 1, the strategy of your business means that you have to start thinking about your business in advance before you even think of, putting in money somewhere. Then the next part is the blood of your business. If you don't have blood as a human being, you're definitely dead. You're finished. So that means that you need to constantly have clients who are actually willing to pay for you, whatever you're selling. So that was the next part. And then number 3 is the bones of the business. That is the business structures and the systems. And this, as like a child, your bones keep developing as you grow up.
And they're growing pains.
Yes. So those are basically the 3 building blocks. And I'm hoping that today we are going to break it down a little bit more so that people can understand. Then the second thing we talked about was funding. And we looked at 3 things again. I'm starting to sound like my pastor. He always has 3 points. So,
the Trinity.
Yes.
Makes sense.
So, for funding, number 1, you have to bootstrap. There's no
luxury
2 ways. There's no 2 way about it. You have to bootstrap. You have to put in your own money first. No one is going to invest in you if you don't put in your money first. People want to see proof of concept. Mm-hmm. People want to see this business that you want to start. Does it really make sense? Are you making money? So people want to see you put in your money first, then start, selling whatever you're selling. And now you can even show someone that these are the revenues that I'm making. Please plug in or give me a loan and, I'll build a business from there. So that is the first part. And then we talked about retained earnings, which falls under that, under bootstrapping. So as you make your money, don't start spending. Recoup that money back, put it back in the business, grow it organically. Then number 2 is the loans. You can get loans from everywhere. And let me just tell you something, guys. If you've never noticed, when you take money from M-Shwari, all these mobile money opportunities for getting funding, it's very expensive. Do you know you actually pay more? I think for M-Shwari it's 7.5% per month.
I had someone the other day tell me, how do Kenyans even borrow money? Because why would someone take a loan to buy something that is not giving them any income, like a car or TVs, nonsense. You know what I mean? Luxury goods, because, the interest rates are staggeringly high.
Yes. Let me tell you, with this life of social media and you're working, your paycheck is coming every month. I'm sure not so many business people do that. But if you're employed, your salary is coming in. You go take the best, car, the latest car, because you want to, appear the way you're seeing your friends, showing off. So unfortunately, it's a disadvantage, but that's what people do with this day and age.
So just the main points again, just to recap.
Yes. So for the funding,
Yes.
number one, bootstrap. Use your retained earnings from your business. Number two, you can take loans, and you can only do that if you have some sort of track record. Someone needs to see, am I actually going to get my money back? If you say you're going to pay me this amount of money per month, let's say if it's a bank, they want to see your current revenue every month. Are you able to actually, pay up what you're saying you're going to pay?
Yes.
You can get money from the circles. Number three, the last one is equity. So equity basically means you're bringing in someone into your business. You're giving them some equity. Maybe you're giving them 10% or 20%. I'm sure most of us have watched Shark Tank, and we've seen these guys ask for 50% of your business. So you can get an angel investor to invest in your business, and even with that, an angel investor will not come in if they cannot see, unless this person is your relative or your brother or whoever.
Yes.
But if it's someone from outside, they must see that this is actually a viable business, and they know in 4 years I'll get my money back plus
You brought up a
profit.
very interesting point. Your relative, your brother, your uncle, your aunt. Don't make them bankrupt. No, please.
Yeah.
There are a lot of people who go off with fandangled ideas.
Yes.
Yeah. Begging and pleading relatives to
Yes.
invest,
Yes.
knowing that so and so has a soft spot for them,
Yes.
but their ideas are nonsense.
And they
Right,
keep
so-
going back.
Exactly. So even you, as the enabler of nonsense, stop it.
And especially grandparents.
Oh no.
Those are the best. So
Yeah.
Okay. So finally, the final point was about, just ensuring that you invest in yourself first. And because, no one is going to buy from you. I would like to recommend for people to read.
No one is going to buy from you if
Oh, okay, sorry. So no one is going to buy your idea if you've not bought it yourself.
Yes. So investing in yourself doesn't
Yes.
mean getting yourself a new wardrobe. Please, let's be
No, no,
clear.
no.
Investing in yourself means promoting your business, investing in
Exactly.
your business, your own
Yes.
hard-earned money, let's
Yes.
say from your day job, etc.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. There's a book I would like to recommend for everyone to read. If you want to start a business, it's by John Maxwell. It's called Putting Your Dream to the Test.
I agree.
Putting your dream to the test.
On that note, Diana Kolek, Evoke Global.
Yes.
How can we get in touch with you?
So you can reach me at Evoke Global on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on Twitter, Instagram.
Fantastic.
Yes.
I want to continue my conversation with business coach Diana Kolek. Evoke Global is where she's from. And I got a bunch of messages after our last conversation last week.
Okay.
And so many men are listening to Double O Direct. You would be shocked. No, but basically, Cliff wrote to say, I have been getting a number of contacts to do with business development, services for youth and women-led businesses. The challenge currently is that the fees are mostly paid by third parties. For instance, I am usually contracted by KCIC or Meta on behalf of the businesses as opposed to the business owners themselves. So what can you say and how can you help this guy out?
Okay, so from what I'm hearing, I believe that he's a business coach or he's a trainer, basically.
Yes.
And it's a challenge because he's talking about how he's getting his clients. So basically it means that he doesn't get his clients directly, but he gets them through certain organizations that subcontract him.
Yes.
So this is actually a very big challenge for very many business coaches in this country. We've realized that there's so many organizations that are coming in, non-governmental organizations, or even just organization. I believe there are even consortiums of business coaches who are actually getting funding from outside. And they're able to, do training for businesses for free. So this space of business coaching has become very flooded.
Yes.
And you really need to have your niche in terms of, you need to have a competitive advantage to be able to attract businesses themselves who are actually willing to pay you money to do the job.
The other question that he had was, how does one get certified as a business coach so that you're able to approach these organizations directly?
All right. Okay. So certification depends. I know of 3 organizations that certify. There is the ICF that certify coaches, and I think it's from the United States. The one that I'm currently doing is called Noble Manhattan. It's from the UK, and maybe we can get in touch, and then we can just try to find out what exactly is looking out for. Maybe you can share my contact. He can reach out to me via my socials, Evoke Global. That is EVOKE Global. If you can reach out to me, my name is Diana Kolek. You can also find me on Facebook. We can have a conversation, then I'll be able to direct you properly.
Fantastic. So now back to the conversation we were having with regards to funding for businesses.
Yes.
Let's take it to that.
Okay. So as we said, there are 3 areas of funding. And I just wanted to talk a little bit about funding through loans, because that's one of the biggest. Getting an angel investor might be complicated. You need to really be networked, to be in some of these associations to actually get the angel investors interested. And also, your business needs to be really, really unique to actually get these people coming in. So when it comes to getting funding through loans, there are many ways, as we had talked about, but I just wanted to focus on getting loans through financial institutions. And I can just share a little bit about what we are currently doing. So we realize, and one of the things that I say is a competitive advantage for us as Evoke Global is because we listen to our clients. We want to hear what are some of your challenges, and we got to know that funding is their biggest challenge. And we just did a little bit of research, and we realized there's a lot of money coming into Africa from Europe, from the States. And we decided, how about we explore this? So currently we are in partnership with an organization from South Africa. It's called Africo.fund. So what we did is, this organization has a consortium of funders from Europe who are willing to actually fund female founders. So that was a very exciting
starting a business.
Space.
It's official. I'm starting a business. I am officially a founder.
Yes. So female founders. And I was really excited because I realized like 90% of my clients are actually women. And I think it's because of how I do, the business coaching, and I can relate to their experiences as women.
Yes.
Sometimes even do coaching and you hear a child crying on the background.
Definitely. So, you're asking for Teletubbies. We've been there.
Yeah. So it's really interesting that we came to discover that there are so many organizations out there who are willing to fund women and youth.
So what do these women need to have? What do they need to equip themselves with in order to be eligible for this funding?
So the basics. So number 1, it's very important as a business owner, as you start your business, make sure you keep your records. Even if it's just an Excel sheet showing, okay, so I'm starting my business with 50,000 shillings, keep that as a record. Keep all the records of what you're spending on the business. Put them on a file somewhere, put it on an Excel sheet, your income as you get in your clients, put all the records down. So I can just share an example from some of the women who have applied with us. On the application, there was a place for them to write down for the last 6 months how much in terms of income has come into their business. And then on the other side, they were supposed to write how much they're spending so that we can see whether they're actually making money or not. And let me tell you, what we are doing is not like the banks. So for a bank, it will be very difficult for you to get a loan if you're not registered. I know people fear this because you're thinking KRA will be on my back and all that. But let me tell you, it's really important for you to actually get knowledge about what KRA does and, how to work with KRA, basically.
You cannot avoid them.
Yes, you can't.
Work with them.
We work with them. I mean, think about Tabitha.
No, wait. Before we go off kilter, can we head back into this form where they were being asked to talk about their last 6 months of financial activity?
Yes. So you have to put in your expenses. You have to put in your income for the last 6 months.
What did you discover? I'm on the edge of my seat.
Let me tell you, we discovered that people don't have this information. They can't really tell you. And then the problem is when we started, it was still during that COVID season. So businesses were not really good. And then the other thing that I wanted to mention about registration of your business, for us, if you have a business permit, you can actually apply.
For funding.
Yes.
Please finish the sentence and say for funding. All right?
For funding.
Yes.
And the funding that you're giving is between, whatever amount to up to 3 million shillings. And that is unsecured funds.
That is fantastic.
Yes.
That is fantastic. Then I'm going to have more with you, but I got to play a track. Here's some brandy. I got to continue a conversation with business coach, business strategist from Evoke Global Enterprises, Diana Kolek. We were talking about getting funding for businesses. And these guys have actually written back on our social, the business acceleration for young entrepreneurs. At Acceleration 4, and they've asked, we are a business accelerator operating in Western Kenya. Our challenge is connecting our mentees who are investor ready with financing and investment. We seek guidance on this. Now, the key is these mentees are investor ready.
Yes.
What do you have to tell them?
Okay, I think there are so many opportunities for getting funding. So what probably I would recommend is they get in touch with me, and then we can look at least how much money are they looking for. Are they actually looking for money right now, so that we can connect them with the institutions that we have connections with? So they can reach me on Evoke Global on my Facebook page and LinkedIn, and they can also reach out to me directly at Diana Kolek.
Fantastic. Now, another question that came up is, how do you know when you're ready for investment in terms of your business? How do you know when a business is, funding ready?
Okay. So it depends. You might find someone who has started a business. They've invested their money. I even know people who've mortgaged their houses to actually get enough funds to start a business. And you get to a place where now you realize that the business has gotten to a place where it's big, the value chain, when you look at the process and, the logistics that is required. Let's say, for example, you want to get into, maybe you want to do, could I say maybe transport business, and you want to buy probably motorcycles to transport things from here to another place, or you want to buy maybe trucks, or you want to buy maybe matatus.
Yes.
You will get to that place where you feel the money that you're getting into your business is not really enough. So you need to inject in more capital into the business. Let's go to probably a small business. You've just started, you're working by yourself. Maybe let's think of a restaurant. You started the business and you realize it's just the two of you. You're the ones cooking, and one of you is at the counter, serving, cleaning, doing all hosting, those things.
Yes.
And you realize, okay, so we're starting to get more clients, and we realize at a certain point, probably maybe lunchtime or dinner time, there's a lot of customers. So you decide, okay, let me bring in some temporary staff for lunch and dinner time. And then as the business grows, as people get to, start enjoying meals at your hotel, you realize, by the way, this can become a brand. So let's say it's called Kolek Hotel. And you realize, this could be something, No.
Just Kolek Hotel.
I know. And you realize, actually, I have this hotel here in town. Maybe I can get another one in Upper Hill. Let me start another one in Upper Hill, another branch. And because now it's become a household name, you decide, okay, I don't have all the money to set up the way I've set up here. Because, if you're talking branding, it means the colors, the chairs and the space, the ambience, everything needs to be the same.
The training of the staff.
training of the staff, and that is a lot of money. That's a huge investment that you might not have. So you decide, okay, fine, my revenue looks good. Let me go to a bank. Let me get some money. Or you can decide to bring in a partner in your business. So you tell them, okay, give me this money. I'll give you 20% of the business, and I want to grow this into a brand. I don't just want it to be like a small restaurant that,
Nothing
people just
against
see.
a small restaurant. All right. We at the Standard Group have nothing against the small restaurant. No, but I understand what you're saying. Continue.
So you're thinking brand. You want to build a brand because
You're
I believe,
upscaling
yes.
in a major
And
way.
I believe that is the aspiration of any business person.
Scalability.
You want to scale the business. You want it to keep growing and become something that you can actually leave as a legacy. So that is one of it. When, let's say, for example, you want to build a salon and you realize that probably, or just any kind of business, and you realize that the number of clients that you're getting into your business, you're not able to manage the clients because now the processes, the systems are becoming a little bit sophisticated. And you need to get to a place where now you're employing more people. You might need to get some sort of funding for that.
Yes.
To be able to manage the cash flow of the business, because now you're bringing in another expense. You want to pay people salaries, and bringing in one person is not a joke. Let's look at another example, a business like one of my clients does shea butter, products. And, she started with lotion. And then she wants to go into, developing a lip balm. Maybe she wants to do, all these skincare products,
Yes.
different ranges. So it gets to a point where she can't produce them by herself. She wants to, buy and purchase some machines.
Yes.
And she realizes, okay, if I bring in a machine instead of bringing in a person, it might actually be cheaper for me. And I'll be able to, because I have so many clients who are asking for this product.
So cheaper in the long run.
Exactly.
Right? So let's not just say cheaper
In
the long run.
yes,
So
in
sometimes
the
you have to
long
be, forward thinking.
Exactly.
And say, okay, yes, this individual might cost less for 6 months to a year.
Yes.
Our CEO gave a talk, Mumbi. Didn't our CEO say something like that? About it's important to invest in something in the long run will give you greater returns.
Exactly.
Mumbi was listening. I was on and off. Continue.
Yeah, so it's important to actually do that, opportunity cost. If I bring in one more person, let's say I was producing 100 per month, you bring in one extra person, they'll still produce 100 per month. But if you put in this machinery, it might be able to produce, let's say, you've
200.
done your 200 or even 500 and you've done your market research, you've realized actually clients are asking for this product.
There's
so
demand for that 500. There's nothing
Exactly.
worse than now producing 500,
Exactly.
but people only want 300.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's important to actually do your research and find out what is the demand in the market, how much is required, so that you know what capacity to bring. Do you need to just bring in an employee? Maybe the business can still manage that. If not, then bring in a machinery that can do the job. It will now free your hand to do other things in the business. And that will definitely need some sort of funding. Yeah.
Below direct SpiceFM KE, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We've uploaded info on why you need to be using the hashtag #00 direct, showcasing yourself as a potential segment co-host right here every Saturday with me. More details on that as I continue my conversation with business strategist, business coach, Diana Kolek of Evoke Global Enterprises. Employees, the bane of any employer. What do you have to say regarding employees and funding and upscaling business?
Yes. So I would say that employees are actually they could be the weakest link in your business. And this is very important to note because we hear so many business people.
Why are you giving hot tips? we're gonna stop this right now. Yeah? We don't want the truth. We don't want the truth. We want lies. No, just kidding. Continue.
I am talking to business owners. It can be a pain because for small businesses, number one, you do not have the funds that big corporates have to pay someone to do a certain job.
Nonsensically.
Exactly. They must deliver something.
Yes. But even for large corporates.
It's
a tough economy.
There are people who can just, swimming there, get their salaries, and, the year is ended, and they can just stick in their
This is someone you only see at office
KPIs.
parties. Huyu anafanyanga nini? Namwonanga office party. Kila mwaka is here, right?
Exactly.
Kila mwaka namwonanga office party.
Yes.
Lakini kazi yake for sure.
You
sijui
have no
inakuanga nini.
idea.
No idea.
But if you're working for a small business,
They will
definitely your CEO will notice you and they will know what exactly you do. And for a small business, they're thinking, how can I reduce my costs as much as possible? So they want to really know, are you busy the whole day or are you, on social media, on Facebook?
Koti kwa kiti.
Exactly. So it's really, really important.
Yeah.
And I'm just speaking to business people. Your employees can be the weakest link. You can give them so much work that they feel like, this is not really a conducive place. And you find that most people working in small businesses, they will leave that job to go into a corporate job. They will leave that job to go to government.
True.
Because there's a lot of work in
a small business
in a small
and establishing a business.
Exactly. So what I would like to just say is it's important for you to treat your employees well. Ensure they understand your vision and where you're going with the business. And for me, what I like to do is I tell the people that I'm working with is this is a growing business and we'll grow together. And I tell them that as the business grows, then their positions also will increase. They will get promotions. And don't just talk about it, but as the business grows, please promote. Don't start bringing in new people and you say, okay, this is your manager and this is someone who has started with you from scratch.
Yes.
It's very, very important. And then listen to your employees. You might know what they do, but as the business grows, there are some things that you will leave for your employees to do. So when you hear something is happening or maybe there's a challenge in the business and you're trying to sort out a problem, find out first. Hear from the employee first. Okay, you might be told by their managers that, okay, this employee, this is what they do. Let's say, for example, in a restaurant, an employee takes a lot of time, talking to clients and all that, and clients really love them. Find out before you tell that person to stop wasting a lot of time. Maybe the time for them to deliver the meals is maybe 10 minutes as compared to the rest of the other employees who are taking 2 minutes.
Yes.
So find out first of all, because you might find that this employee, many people are coming to the restaurants because of that employee, because of that person's good customer service. So you might decide because their boss or their supervisor came and told you that this person is wasting a lot of time, we need to get rid of him. Call that employee and find out from them first. Hear from them.
A lady who works at the Safaricom shop at the junction. There's only one name given, Munene. No, she needs like a raise.
Yeah.
She took me through some of the most exquisite customer service I've ever experienced in my life globally.
Yes.
And when I was leaving there, you know what she told me? I'm so happy you're smiling.
Wow.
I was dead.
Can you imagine?
You'll up your rates, your tariffs, your whatever. I am sticking.
I know, right?
Let me tell you, I am sticking to them because I'm just like, what?
Yes.
I walked in there red like this poncho. Red. I did not want to know.
Exactly.
I was like, I'm so happy. I'm like,
I know. You
are
just
you the reincarnation of Mother Teresa? So I see exactly what you're saying. She could have dismissed me and done a lot of different other, but she was exquisite in her delivery. And I left there thinking, Nikona.
Yeah, and we have to keep remembering The way you treat your employees
Yeah.
is the way they will reflect that to the clients. You treat them badly, they will treat your clients badly. If you treat them well, they will be excited to embrace your clients, and your business will just flourish.
Exactly. Unfortunately, we're almost out of time, but I really have enjoyed this. We're going to have continuous business strategy sessions on Double O Direct, how to upscale your business, how to get funding, how to grow, how to treat your customers, how to develop your customer service. But for right now, thank you, Diana Kolek.
Yes.
All the best to you and everyone at Evoke Global. People have been asking me, what is her Twitter handle? Business Acceleration for Young Entrepreneurs. It is Evoke Global. EVOKEGLOBAL. Is that correct?
Yes, that's it.
Do you have a physical premises?
Yes. So we are at YWCA, flat number 26.
Is that the one in Arabi Hospital?
No. Just behind Serena. It's just behind Serena.
Yes. I know it. So YWCA?
Parkview Flats.
Yes.
Number 26.
Evoke Global, YWCA,
Yes.
Parkview Flats, number
26.
Number 26. But
Yes.
on the digital, EVOKE Global. You can find her on Instagram. You can
Yes.
find her on Twitter. You can
Yeah.
find her on Facebook. Thank you, Diana.
Thank you so much.
SpiceFM.